Hey, what's up guys, this is Jack from VFX, and in this video we are going to create a very cool transition like this. Let's see. You can see it's pretty cool. This is a very common transition. You can see if you watch CNN videos, they use this transition. So let's see how to create this transition pretty easily. At the end of this video, I'll show you how to make this transition like within 3 seconds, right? But of course, I take more time to explain how to do that. So let's jump in. So we have two video clips like this. Video clip number 1 and 2. Go to the center of the cut. Right, first I would say add a marker in the middle of the cut. By that way we can easily identify the center of the cut. Now press the shift and left arrow key 1 time, 2 times. So we have 10 frames, then press the left arrow key 2 times. And I add the edit here. Right, so now this part is 12 frames. Go to the center of the cut. I use the down arrow key to move to the current time indicator displays, and press shift and right arrow key 2 times. Now we have 10 frames, then press the right arrow key 2 times, 1 2. Right, now enter. Now we have cut with each part is 12 frames. Go to the center, and then what you need to do is then go to the center like this and go to the project panel, and you need to create a new adjustment layer. You can create like a new item, new adjustment layer, right? So it will create an adjustment layer and drag this adjustment layer to this place, and you can trim this adjustment layer like this to match with this cut. Now our current time indicator is at the middle. We added a marker, that way we can easily identify the center. Now go to the effects panel and find the Gaussian blur. Right, let's see where's the, so this is the Gaussian blur. So you must add this to the adjustment layer. Then go to the effects control panel. Here you can see Gaussian blur effect. Don't move the current time indicator. Here you can see blurriness. Add a keyframe. You can move this to the beginning of the clip. Then you can add another keyframe and move that to the end of the clip. And now change the blurriness to like let's say 100. You can get a blurriness like this. But you can see we lost some edge pixels. If you cannot see this, you can turn on the transparency grid like this. By that way you can see the transparent pixels. This is how you turn on that feature, right? If you don't know about that. So fix this problem, we have to turn on the repeat edge pixels. When you turn on this, you can see it will repeat the edge pixels, and we can get a completely blurred video like this. Now if you play this transition, you can see it is blurring, but it's pretty boring. But I think we should increase the blurriness to like 130 like this. So it will look like this. But then you can see there is a cut between these two video clips. Go to the effects panel and find the cross dissolve. You can see this is the transition, cross dissolve, and you can add this to the center of this place, and you should adjust this time to like 6 frames. Right, so now let's play this again, and you will get a transition like this. But in order to make this more professional, you can see this transition like this. But if you take a look at the original transition, it has much fast moving like this. In order to get that feeling, go to the center and select the adjustment layer. We have to tweak the keyframes here. You can see this is linear keyframes inside Adobe Premiere. So you must change these keyframes to Bezier, and I change this to ease out, and I change this to ease in like this. So now we have changed. Then expand. You can expand this blurriness properties like this, and you can see the curve. Now we are going to manually adjust these curves, right? So you can see this is the split graph, so of the blurriness like this. we can adjust the speed of this curve by you can select this like this, and you will get this Bezier handle. Now you should drag this to something like this. So you can also hold the shift key on your keyboard to make it a straight line like this, and also select the N key of that, and you also adjust this Bezier handle to something like this. So we adjust the curve to something like this. So now when we play back this again, you can see this fast look, right? So this is the one. You can see it added a huge difference to this transition, because we added the fast movement to the transition like that. So this is we can get this professional look by using this curve adjustment. In the beginning I mentioned you that I'll teach you how to do this within 3 seconds. In order to do that, of course you know that if you are going to manually adjust these curves again and again, it will take a lot of time to make this transition. So but if you are working on a rush project and you have to beat the deadline, in order to, you have prepared your tools inside Premiere. So in a free time you can create this transition, and you can save this as a preset. So you can in this case you can select this Gaussian blur effect and right click, and here you can option save preset. Click here and it will ask you to give a name. Let's say 12F, something like this, 12 frames. So frame number is important. By that way you know that how many frames should I make to this adjustment layer. And let's say Gaussian blur transition, right? So something like this. You can add a preset name. Now click OK, right? So now if you go to the effect section here, you can see a folder called preset, and if you expand this, you can see this 12 frames Gaussian blur transition. This is the one that we created. Now next time when you want to create this transition, I select this adjustment layer, I delete this Gaussian blur, delete this. Now there is no transition like this, only cross dissolve. So you can easily add cross dissolve transition within 1 second. Then go to the presets panel and use this 12 frames Gaussian blur transition preset and drag and drop to this adjustment layer. So now let's play back again. Now you can see we got that transition very quickly. So that way we can create transitions inside Premiere, and we can save these presets, and we can easily use this transition within our professional projects, and we can save a lot of time. So of course when you add this kind of transition, you can add some kind of sound effect like this, and that way you can get this much advanced feeling like this. Right, so that's it for today's video, and we do a lot of technical tutorials for video editors. So if you haven't subscribed to AntiVFX, please subscribe to AntiVFX, and we provide a lot of valuable information to video editors. We do audio editing tutorials and a lot of stuff to succeed your career in video editing. So stay tuned and subscribe, and I'll be back with the next video tutorial. Thanks.
Face to face I found my pain beneath the lies and broken dreams. Lost the love I had in me, it tore me apart, fade away. I felt so lost.